Hi everyone, Brett McKay here. I had a great chat this week with Brumbies forwards coach Laurie Fisher, who, as he always is, was incredibly insightful in his explanations on just how big a task the Brumbies have in beating the Reds in Brisbane on Saturday night. Listen in here on Laurie and my chat and enjoy. Benny Mowen's leading the lineouts in the competition, but then Simmons and O'Donoghue now have taken a similar number as him. So Reds and the Brumbies are both going to be pretty strong on the set piece this weekend. There's no. I mean, it's going to be that sort of game, isn't it?
That's it. Our lineouts at 85%.
Yeah.
Their lineouts at 81%.
Yeah.
I think their quality lineouts a little bit lower than ours. They're at 69%.
Yeah.
We're at 76% quality ball as opposed to just winning ball. So, but both sides know each other very well. And that's the nature of derbies. Is that we know their lineout very well. They'll know our lineout exceptionally well. It comes down to execution on the day.
Yeah, and I guess that comes into it. It's a little bit hard to, I guess, understate the importance of this game, isn't it? It absolutely dictates the Australian conference.
Yeah,
going forward.
It does. Well, does it dictate it? No, it's an important game. It's not death or glory for either side. There's still 7 games to go after this. Reds have still got to go to Africa. There's still a lot of tough games to be played. So it's not fatal and it's not final for either side. It's an important game, but we're not looking at it as like if we win this game, that by no means means. We're home and host winning the conference, far from it. And it's the nature of the comp, mate. We draw with Kings, Crusaders lose to Force. Get ahead of yourself. There's only one place to go and it's backwards.
Yeah, very true. The Chiefs have still scored the most tries in the comp, yet the Reds kept them pretty quiet. And then by the same token, the 2 tries the Brumbies scored against the Reds back in round 1 were, I guess, opportunistic in that, they weren't from classic plays or anything like that. How do you break through them? What's the way
you look for opportunity? Reds are they're an excellent defensive side because not only do they tackle well, but they go very hard at every possession on the ground. So whether they're counter-rucking, whether they're skill looking for turnovers, etc., you look at any game against them, no side plays consistently. You get a consistent flow of multi-phase possession. It breaks down. You get 2-3 phases. You get a kick 3. You get slow ball. They really do choke you. So to think that you can devise a game plan that says, we're going to go here to here to here to here and score over there, it's not going to happen.
No.
So what you've got to do is you've got to have a framework of the way you play, and you've got to understand where the opportunities may be. And it might look as though it's opportunistic, and Moggy's try might have looked opportunistic, but we'd identified that as an opportunity before the game, and for it to come off and for it to get the little bounce of the ball, etc. There's luck that goes with it. But you've identified people are looking down that area because there may be something there for us, and this is the same. That there's no point in having a 5-phase play that you think's going to score your try. No chance.
Yeah.
But you look at how they generically defend, and are there opportunities? And there's always space on a footy field. You just got to find it.
It's a matter of finding it, isn't it? Yeah. Both teams have had pretty good success with the attacking line out into rolling maul in the opposition 22. It's good to see some Australian teams starting to use that and use it well. How easy or difficult when teams are on a roll can it be to defend it? How do you devise your systems to try and defend that?
Well, you've got to get into it early. I mean, if you don't get a result in the first couple of seconds, and that's how we fell down against the Kings. Because we've been penalised in the previous line out unfairly, in my opinion. But then the guys that got penalised just went a bit soft in the next line out, and all of a sudden they're over the line with a bit of momentum. So you've just got to clear your mind, and we'll have a strategy for trying to deny them the capacity to maul, and we just have to stay strong on that strategy.
I guess the simple thing might be to say, compete with a upfront jumper, but it's not quite that simple, is it? It's
no. That's it. Again, you've got a number of strategies that you may compete. You may compete in one part of the line out. You might try and have them win the ball where you think you can best deny drive opportunity. So how you might set up your line out defence, but basically like if it's close to our line, you're more inclined to stay down. You're more inclined to try and get some sort of immediate stoppage on it, and that'll be our focus. Particularly if they're going to send 3 backs into it.
Yeah. Or they ran a fair way to get involved, didn't they?
Albeit before the line-out moves off the line of touch.
Very true.
So just hoping the referee understands the laws of the game with respect to that as well.
Yeah, sure. Just wanted to talk about the tackle effectiveness and things like that. It was mentioned there last week that you got Brian Smith here for a couple of days and you weren't able to take him to Africa. It must. So the starting point of that, it must have been fantastic to see the immediate increase in lift in the defensive effort against the Highlanders last week.
Yeah, look, we got a lift in intensity. We still were inconsistent in our quality in the areas that were identified. So we defended very well at stages, but we've still got a way to go. We're nowhere near where we need to be in terms of aspects of our defence.
Yeah. The total, again, looking at the total number of stats, that table there is the missed tackles for the year. And so that's the top 25 players in the comp. The worry there is, I guess, is that there's 4 Brumbies in amidst that. Yeah,
but again, that's just a stat. I looked at, we had, whatever it was, 30 missed tackles on the weekend. And if you look at the net of effect of a lot of those missed tackles, I think for 21 of those tackles, the ball carry got picked up within the next metre of that missed tackle. So, so sometimes it's just trying to take extra line speed, not being quite balanced, but you get half a stop, you get a leg, they just pull out of the leg. By the time they pull out of the leg, the next couple of blokes are knocking them down.
So you have to slow them down for the next.
Yeah, so again, we don't want to be missing that many tackles, but we probably missed 3 or 4 or 5 poor tackles on the weekend, and we probably missed some tackles where we just didn't get organisation and line speed around the ruck area. So there's certainly some warning signs there, but in terms of looking at statistically, and when George Smith rushes forward onto that 5'8", gets him 15 metres behind the gain line, he pulls out of it, but it snuffs out their play completely, stops any of their momentum.
And if your cover's coming in behind him.
And then he gets picked up, so it's another missed tackle. But they couldn't play what they wanted to play.
Yeah.
So you've got to,
that's what they...
That's it. They tell you something, and they tell you that we shouldn't be missing that many. There's no doubt about it. Like we're at 88%, best sides are at 92%. We need to miss less tackles.
Just on that, how much has Brian Smith changed about your defensive technique and your patterns?
No, he's changed nothing. He just works with our systems. Okay. What he's tried to do is just change our mindset to tackling, and with regard to our desire to be in the line, our desire to look at tackle and defence as an opportunity to get in amongst the opposition, as opposed to a chore in the game that you rather not be doing. We like attacking, we don't want to defend. So to really relish the opportunity to defend. So it's as much about mindset as anything. And again, he works with some of the boys just on a few little technical frailties that individuals might have, but he's working with our system. And he also looks at our system and sees where some of the weaknesses may be, or where this is how we work, and what sort of pressure that might put on certain guys in the defensive line. So he's got a really sharp eye for those sorts of things. But primarily it's about using our systems and making us better with our systems, and looking at maybe where there are some frailties in our systems.
How do you look to employ your defensive line speeds? There'll be some teams that you come out quicker than others. Is that something that you change coming into a game, or you change it in game even?
Well, we want to try and take good line speed, and you can only take good line speed if you've got good set piece pressure, or if you've got good breakdown pressure. So it's a function of that if a side's winning quick ball, you're not going to take line speed. If you're managing to compete strongly on opposition ball and give you time to set a defence line, then you can take line speed. So it's about understanding, have we earned the right to take line speed, and when we've earned the right, then we can have a red hot crack at going forward at pace. So, and the guys understand that. If it's quick ruck, then you just got to batten down the hatches. Then you've got to find a stop or a slow down, and then you've earned the right again.
And that in itself makes this weekend a contest to save. You've got two teams that are pretty good in terms of establishing that breakdown pressure.
I'd say you've got the two sides that this season have gone the hardest at the opposition tackle, and so. And I think what people need to understand is that will limit the attacking opportunities of both sides. So again, people who want to see a fast-flowing attacking game, I think will be disappointed because the strength and both sides can attack, but if you haven't got the platform, so we understand each other's set piece strengths and weaknesses, we both go hard at the ball on the deck. Might be a little bit of rain around. I'd be surprised if it's a 10-try thriller.
No, I don't think it'll be a 10-try thriller at all. Just lastly, is shutting down the Reds as simple as getting up on Quade Cooper quickly?
Well, Cooper and I mean, you have to take away time and space from Genya and Cooper,
and that worked really well in the first game.
Certainly, but again, Genya wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But to say it sells them short to say that'll. I mean, they've got a really, really hard-working forward pack, an excellent back row. Tapwai has made a lot of line breaks in the yardage this year. They've got pace on the edges. They've got a good, varied kicking game. So yes, you have to put pressure and deny time and space. But what you've got to do is you've got to meet them physically across all parts of the game. As I say, their forward pack, like their pick and drive game in the A zone, is the best in the competition by far. That's nothing to do with Cooper or Genya.
No.
How many tries have they scored off pick and drive this year? Or Cooper's try on the weekend purely and simply off pick and drive created the opportunity for him. So he gets the reward for what their 8 forwards have done and done exceptionally well.
They did for a couple of phases before it, yeah.
That's it. So if we can shut their forward pack down, if we can deny their forward pack easy yards, if we can keep them out of our 22 as much as possible, not let them get into their drive pick game, all those things, that's how then you might get pressure on Genya and Cooper. So you've got to stop 1 to 8 before you worry about 9 and 10. Yeah.
Just to finish, how important and I guess how motivating is it to maintain the clean sheet against the Australian teams?
It's enormously motivating to try and enhance your lead at the top of competition. It's enormously motivating to want to play good football for the Brumbies. It's enormously motivating to want to be the best Australian side. All those things motivate you. So there will be no shortage of motivation from both sides on the weekend for that sort of thing.
It's going to be an